Well, good afternoon, runners, and a very warm welcome to Runner Walk and Talk. I hope all of you are doing well and staying strong. And a reminder that this convening is being recorded. Students, we want you to continue to stay strong and focused, especially as we're facing the era of midterms. We are 4 weeks in, and I know many of you are again facing midterms. So please stay focused, do your best, and we're really rooting for you. I'm also excited about homecoming, and I hope all of you will stay involved and stay engaged. I want to let you know that our homecoming basketball game and homecoming court is February 27th. CSUB will be playing men's basketball, and we will be competing with CSU Northridge. For all of you that are interested in the CARES 2 funding, and I know all of you are awaiting that additional support, I want to let you know that it's important for us to get to census date, and that will be here in the next week or so. And it's important because we need to count all students, because as you've heard our commitment, all students will benefit from our CARES 2 funding. So it is important for us to get to that census date. And I appreciate your patience so that we can do this right and make sure that everyone gets counted and everyone gets the support they deserve. But I also want to let you know that it is important to make sure that you have all of your bank mobile updated, and that once we get to census date, our team will be distributing those funds to students through Bank Mobile, and that you should receive your distribution, and it will be a check comparable to the one that you received last spring by March 12th. So apologies for that slight delay in our plans, but it is the right thing to do so that all students will benefit. Now, remember, if you have questions, and I hope either Ilaria or someone that's on the CARES team will put the email, which is cares@csub.edu, in the chat. So if you have any questions about that CARES funding, to make sure that you reach out to a team of folks that are ready to answer those specific questions. So details still to come, but again, know that CSUB is doing this the right way so that all students will benefit. I also want to thank the provost and the faculty for developing the fall plan for 2021. We talked a bit about this last time, but I want to circle back to it because, again, I want you to be reminded that first and foremost on this plan, which has options for students, faculty, and staff, the option that is the most important to us and the priority that we are most focused on is health and safety. So as this plan was developed, it's important to note that we're thinking about the goal of increasing the number of opportunities for you students to have face-to-face and hybrid classes. But don't forget, you also have those opportunities for virtual if that's your choice. The other thing to note is if you do choose the face-to-face and it's important for you to be on campus, we want to let you know that we are going the extra mile. We're going the extra step here. And we have some engaged environmental engineers that are objectively assessing our facilities, especially those small rooms that you might be worried about, especially related to ventilation issues. So that will be an important assessment for us as we think about the fall. The good news is we have plenty of time and we're working on this every single day. So just so you know, the goal is to increase your opportunities for face-to-face and hybrid. Virtual will still be opportunity for you, and that we will be making sure that we have health and safety as our first priority. I know many of you are very curious about commencement. Today, I don't have updates on our spring 21 commencement ceremonies, and I also do not have any updates on the postponed ceremonies. But I will share with you, as you all know, Kern is still in deep purple, and there is still some concern among our public health officials about a renewed surge. And also, we still have not received any approval from the governor on mass gatherings. So what I've done is I've asked the provost to reconvene the commencement committee next week to make sure that that committee, which includes your ASI president, and other leaders on campus to make sure that we're looking at all the options we possibly can. And I want to let you know that we will work with ASI to get feedback from students about making sure that we're listening to you with regard to our options as we do approach commencement. So stay tuned. It's important to know also that technology is still available to you. So if there are students out there, and I've been hearing that some transfer students haven't maybe reached out to IT, but remember, all students, you have access to IT, which has laptops and hotspots. And Faust, if you'll put a link in to the chat for that support, it is important for you to reach out to IT and to take advantage of that resource. Also, for those of you students that are on campus and then have an immediate virtual class, and it's difficult for you to get to a place to log into that virtual class, please don't forget Lab A, the bottom floor of the library, is open to students. Now, students, you're the priority in Runner Walk and Talk, and I am happy to open it up for questions. And you have a couple of choices. You can put the question in the chat. You can raise your hand. And Faust, if you'll help me facilitate, thanks.
Absolutely. Please, any questions? Remember, your raise hand is now under your reactions button down at the bottom.
So students, this is your time and you are the priority. So we're here to address any thoughts, concerns, ideas that you might like to share. Well, while we're waiting for your questions, we do have a new cabinet member, and I have probably introduced him to you in other convenings, but let me introduce him now because we're really happy to have Ronnie Gomez with us. He's our new legal advisor on the cabinet. He is a lawyer, and he comes to us assigned from the California State University. He is a graduate of the University of California, San Diego. He was an honors student. He was a history major. He has scholarship on the Braceros, and then he went to the University of Texas Law School. And so now he joins us as a former litigator in a very large, prestigious law firm, an international law firm in Los Angeles. And now we're really, really happy to have him on our cabinet. So before I get to those questions, and I see them coming in now, Ronnie, you might want to say hello to our students here in Runner Walk and Talk.
Thank you very much for that introduction, President Zelezny. Yes, I just want to take this opportunity to introduce myself and to say how excited I am to be part of the cabinet, to work at this campus, and to work with the cabinet to work through any legal issues so that we can focus on the goal of providing students with the best possible education. Thank you.
Thanks so much. And thanks for being so student focused and for even joining us today as our lawyer on Runner Walk and Talk. Really means a lot, Ronnie. Thank you so much. So I see some questions coming in. We'll get to those now. Faust, please.
Okay. Mary Norton, please unmute.
Hi, I hope you guys are having a good day. I do have a question on behalf of the students. When a student is enrolling for classes in the fall, is there a way that they can tell if the class will be strictly hybrid, strictly asynchronous, or synchronous? I've had some students say they thought they were going to be meeting online at the scheduled time, Monday and Wednesday at 1 o'clock, but then it turned out that the whole entire semester they were on their own. They were asynchronous the whole time. So is there a way of them knowing before they register with a certain teacher if that teacher is going to be having those Zoom virtual meetings, or if they will be on their own the whole semester just following along the syllabus?
Thanks for the great question, Mary, and thanks for being such a great advocate for the students. Provost, I'm going to give it to you first, and then I'm going to give it to Faust. Thank you.
Absolutely. And so, yes, this is something that we've been really working really hard on. In terms of, there will be two places that we have encouraged students to look at in registration, which will begin in about a month, 6 weeks or so, as students start to register for classes. First, and there is a more detailed section. So when you go into the schedule registration system or you go into the course schedule, you'll be able to click through the class and then get to the class notes, which is before the pandemic, not a very, very often check spot for students. And in those notes, it provides a pretty detailed description of the course, its synchronicity and modality, and whether there will be pre-recorded lectures or synchronous lectures. All synchronous lectures should occur during the class scheduled time. But a new item for this year, in which Faust will tell us more about, will be we intend to have at a much higher level, as you're looking at the course, a indicator of the synchronicity when the student is registering for the course. So it should be a short little code that students will be able to see whether it's asynchronous or synchronous.
Thank you very much, Provost. Just to show, so here's the class search screen, everybody. And I know that may be a little small, but what we're hoping to do is right here in this column, add that synchronicity information so that you know that based on what Provost just mentioned. So we're working with academic operations and IT to get that done.
Faust, could you show them the notes too as well? We got a lot of students here, I believe, probably. Is there any way to punch through and show them this class notes?
Absolutely. So let me just drill down into the course. And then here's the class notes.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see that information there gives a pretty detailed explanation, depending on the course, as to the modality and the meeting times for the course. Again, most students hadn't used or reviewed the class notes very often, but it's critical now. And I'll make sure that I'll send a communication out to the students right before registration, reminding them of that.
Thanks so much, Mary. I hope that is helpful to guide students, and we'll continue to get the word out. And every time we receive feedback and the great questions, our system improves. So thank you so much for that question. And thank you, Faust and Provost, for activating solutions to those questions. I will go to the next question, Faust, please.
Jordan, please unmute.
Hi, everyone. Hi, President Zelezny.
Hi, Jordan.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing really good. Great to hear from you.
Thank you. I just had a quick question. If CSUB was to return to face-to-face classes in the fall of 2021, how many students would be allowed in a classroom at one time?
Yep, really great question. And it's really going to be dependent on the maximum number that are slotted for that course. Provost, I'm going to have you walk through an example for Jordan so that she can understand how it will be a much more limited number of students face-to-face on campus.
Absolutely. And so that's an excellent question. I'll start off with the beginning in terms of what we did really, really quickly in order to ensure health and safety. We took a very hard look, and tried to forecast what our tier would be in the fall. And it gives me the opportunity to thank Faust, the Associate Deans, Academic Operations, Monica, and Irpa. I'll get in trouble trying to list people, but just a tremendous number of people. Tim Ridley, facilities, we looked at each and every classroom. And Tim Ridley put eyes, he's our health and safety officer, looked at each and every classroom. We did first just a numeric and space plan analysis, and then we went into every classroom and made sure that we can maintain social distancing in those classrooms. And so for most of the classes, you see a reduction of the overall capacity of the classroom by something between probably 60 and 80%. And so that number has been provided to all of the department chairs who are leading the schedule build process here at the institution. And those classes will only be populated with students at a safe level. And so those are the only classes that will run on this campus will be with maximum social distancing.
Jordan, I hope that answers your question. And again, not every class is going to be face-to-face. The schedule is being built by the faculty now. And again, our hope, our goal is to increase the number of face-to-face, but you'll really want to assess what what your wish is, and then you'll also need to know how many actual students will be in that classroom, given the maximum number that it was scheduled for.
Okay, thank you so much for answering that.
You're welcome.
Jose, please go ahead and unmute.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, Jose.
Yeah, I wanted to know if the CSUB main campus will serve as a vaccination site in the future, not just for CSUB students, but for the community also.
Yes, that's our intent, Jose. We're moving forward with our state application now. In fact, I believe today we had required training for that. Now, because we put an application in, doesn't absolutely 100% guarantee that we'll be selected as a site, because the state has to come and do a site assessment as to whether or not we have the right inflow and exit for cars. And by the way, yes, we would be required, if we are a state certified site for distribution, we would be required to follow the tiers, and we would be required to serve our entire community. So that's our intention. We move forward every day in hoping to get an answer from the state. Now, don't forget, the real challenge right now is not whether or not you're a selected site, but whether or not you're getting any vaccines from the state. So I'm very optimistic with Blue Shield coming aboard that the availability of vaccines will be more available, but we're going to have to really think very hopefully here and very optimistic, because we're really in a state that's very challenged right now to get the maximum number of vaccines just for those that are first responders and 65 and older. We are still way short, and we won't be going to any of the other tiers, I understand, from Kern Public Health until we meet that tier. So stand by, and we're working hard behind the scenes, and it's a lot of extra work to become a distribution site. But we feel it's the right thing to do for our own campus community and our community that we serve in Bakersfield.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, Jose.
Alyssa, please come off mute.
Hi, Alyssa.
Hi, President Zelezny. Thank you for answering my question today. Thank you for having this meeting. I just had a quick question in regards to the CARES Fund. A few of myself and other colleagues in the master's program were wondering if this will be available for master students as well.
Great, a great question. And you gave us some more detail, even if you're receiving zero financial aid. So Vice President Davis, I think you're probably the best person to answer today. Are you able to unmute?
Yes, thanks, President Zelezny. Yeah, my understanding is that all enrolled students would be eligible for that, but I will defer to Lori Blodorn, who's our principal investigator managing that. So Lori, if you might confirm that.
Yes, that's correct. As long as they are an American citizen, well, actually all of our students will be eligible for some amount of aid, whether they filed a FAFSA or not, or if they, have received any financial aid. So yes, the answer is they will.
Yeah, the key is that they need to be enrolled as of our census date, which is February 19th. And then the awarding will be dependent upon your status at that time, whether or not you're full-time, three-quarter time, half-time, or less than half-time.
Awesome. You guys answered my question. Thank you.
You're so welcome. And again, don't forget, Alyssa, that CARES at csub.edu for any follow-up questions or any that your peers in your graduate program might have, okay? All right, let's go to the next question.
Matthew, please come off mute.
Hi, Matthew.
Hi, how are you today?
I'm really good, thanks.
That's good to hear. I just had a follow-up question on those synchronized classes that you're doing. When we register for classes and there's a certain time, I understand that some of those courses will conflict with each other. But if it's as due as you at your own pace, will that be adjusted to where we can have multiple classes even if there's a time slot when those courses are not, when we're not necessarily meeting at that time? So will that be affixed as well?
That's a really great question. In other words, what's your flexibility? Provost, can you give us a little insight? And if there are any advisors, Matthew, remind me what you're majoring in. No problem.
Okay, can you hear me? Sorry.
I can.
I guess I should learn not to mute myself because then I have to be asked. Okay. Business administration with a concentration in human resource management.
Very good. And I asked that because there likely is an advisor on Run or Walk and Talk today. So if you are an advisor in BPA and you have helpful information for Matthew, please come on. But for now, Provost, will you help with this question, please?
Sure. For those classes that use Zoom, or synchronous as we call them, those are all will be scheduled within the normal time slots, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 12 to 12:50, as normal. So they won't conflict in the sense that as you build your schedule, the system will probably block you from taking classes that will in fact conflict with each other. So those synchronous classes do have time slots, and the faculty are really strongly encouraged not to require any meeting times outside of those particular time slots. If you are taking an asynchronous course, that means that there will either be pre-recorded lectures or not synchronous times that would potentially conflict. So in those cases, asynchronous classes won't conflict. Synchronous classes also won't conflict because they're using the natural time slots.
Okay, so then follow up on that then. I'm taking an MS 2000 class, very one unit course. There's a time slot for the class. However, it's a do at your own pace. I could have taken human resource management this semester, but I opted out not doing that because the time slot from MS 2000 was telling me that I needed to be available at that time, but now I'm doing the courses and I could do it on the weekend.
Well, the flexibility that we have right now is tremendous. And from the situation that you described, I believe that there have been several faculty members that have indicated that they want to register the class as having a time slot because there may be a point during the semester where they want to get everyone together, even though it may not be routine. And so that is the advice that we gave faculty, that if they did want to have a meeting time, it may not be every week, it might be once or twice a semester, set up, reserve a time slot so that we don't have those conflicts. My recommendation is once you register for the class, make sure you, as always, for all students, reach out to the faculty teaching that class. They will be more than happy to talk with you about how the class is going to be run, what the expectations are. And so absolutely reach out, talk to them, interact with them about how your class will actually roll out during the year.
So moving forward, if the teacher does make that accommodation, who would the students need to contact, and where I could register for a class that's at the same time, but I've connected with the professor, we've reached out, they said, you know what, this is the time slot, but it's okay, you can take another course at that time. Who then I need to reach out to make that adjustment?
I would talk first to your advisor. I think that's the best place to start, but you've done taken the first right step, which is talking to your faculty member. Okay. And then just a comment. After last meeting, a lot of faculty reached out to me, and a lot of my friends that dropped out from not transferring, they had immediate transition to enrolling in classes. I had 4 friends of mine that were transfers, the original transfer students. So president, I don't know what you did, I don't know what, but they got admitted, they're enrolled classes, they're doing their courses. So I appreciate the sense of urgency on behalf of you guys on just trying to get those people transferred from Bakersfield College. Thank you.
Matthew, you're a hero. That's what I figured out. Let me make sure I connect you in case there is someone from BPA that's an advisor. Are there any advisors from BPA that are on today's chat? And if you are,
it's John. John looks like he's raising his hand. John, I'd like your email, please.
All right. So if you would put in the chat who Matthew can reach out to, that would be very helpful because I want Matthew to be connected, and I really appreciate having him here as a transfer student. All right. And so Matthew, thanks so much for again getting those students. That means a lot to us that they trusted you and they trusted us. So thanks.
President Zelezny?
Yes, Dr. Tarjan, thank you.
Yeah, well, I'm not an advisor, or sort of am. I've been an advisor for a long time, but I'm department chair. But I think Christina Ramirez put something in the chat, but you can reach the Student Advising Center for BPA at extension 2326. Or email them or email John Tarjan. It's jtarjan at CSUB. So
is there a particular advisor for human resource concentrations?
We don't do it that way, but you can talk with Dr. Chen or Mr. C, any of the faculty members, Dr. Agarwal, talk to you. But you can start with me if you wish.
All right, thank you. I appreciate that.
Very generous. Thank you, Dr. Tarjan. And I see Christina Ramirez's email for you, Matthew. And so there's a Christina Ramirez right there, the last one in the chat. So please do connect with her as well. And just as a follow-up here, Dr. Tarjan is one of our award-winning faculty that was recognized by the California State University system. So this is who we are as CSUB. We got an award-winning faculty member that would love to connect with you. So please take advantage of that nice invite.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry. Crystal, please go ahead and unmute.
Crystal, I think wanted us to read her chat. That's how I'm interpreting that.
Oh, yep. So will master students be allowed to get the graduation cap and gown even if there is no ceremony?
Gosh, that's a good bookstore question. Anybody from bookstore that could answer that for me?
Please raise your hand. I don't see Michael Chavez on.
President Zelezny, I received a communication on this item from Dina, and she indicated that they're working with the vendor now, and it'll be open in late March.
Okay. Thank you very much. That was quick texting, and thanks to Dina on that. Dina oversees our commencement activities. Much appreciated leadership on that. Thank you very much. Hope that helps.
Tamar, please go ahead and unmute.
Hello, Tamar.
I just wanted to clarify for those CARES funds for the students. And I know you said all students, but would that include international students as well?
I will when we say all students, I will defer to back to Lori Blodorn.
Yes, the answer to your question, Tamara, is all students. So whether they are American citizens, whether they are international students, all of our students will receive some funding.
And just a clarification there, the monies from the federal government are only for eligible students or international students, and those students who are not eligible will still be receiving the awards, but they will be coming from CSUB.
Hope that helps, Tamar.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. Thanks for your leadership. Thanks for the great programming this month. It's awesome.
President, there's a question from or a comment from Darius Wiggins.
Darius, please.
Yes, for those students that are coming to campus now, if they have concerns about receiving their parking pass, I remember there was some information that came out about that in terms of it being prorated and different things like that. What office would they direct those questions to?
Good question. I'm guessing that's going to be through the police department, Chief Williamson. Is that correct, Vice President Davis? Parking.
President Zelezny, I can answer.
Oh, thank you, Chief.
We can certainly answer any questions on parking, but simple answer is everything's online through cashiering, and they can just go on to the CSUB website to access that. And most of the questions are answered there, and if not, they can call parking services, and we'd be happy to assist any way we can.
Thank you, Chief. Appreciate all that you're juggling right now for us. Thank you on that. All right, students, this is your time.
Sergio, please go ahead and mute.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, Sergio.
I'm curious to know how food services will look and operate next semester.
Really good question. And if I could, well, let's see. We might have food services with us today. Yes, Faust, if you'll.
Yes, Wayne is here.
Wayne, thank you. Yeah, give us an idea,
Yes.
Wayne.
Hello. Hope you guys are all doing well. Thank you, President Zelezny. Excuse me. To answer that question, the plan right now is to open all of the venues. So that is where I'm going with this, and hope that we have a full amount of students on campus. But the answer is that's our goal, to open everything.
Thank you. We're bold here at CSUB. Thank you so much, Wayne, for your leadership. And as those details emerge, Sergio, we will make sure that we're communicating those services, those food services that are available and the hours and how to access them.
Awesome, thank you.
You're welcome, Sergio. Other questions?
I believe we've caught up with the questions, President.
Oh, that's good. I like that the students are ready to go with those questions. Now, you might have some reflections after hearing questions from your colleagues. So let's make sure we give you a moment of time. And while we're waiting, we always have very interesting faculty and staff that are on. And if there's any announcements that would be important for students to know, please recognize yourself and make an announcement.
Please go ahead and type your name in the chat or go to the reactions and raise your hand, please. James. Please go ahead. Dean Rodriguez.
Good afternoon, everyone. I will be having a conversation with students next Monday, the 22nd at noon. It is scheduled to last an hour from noon to 1. I will type the email address for the person you can RSVP to, and that person will send you all of the information you need to join the conversation. So once again, it's a conversation with the Social Sciences and Education Dean next Monday, the 22nd, from noon to 1 p.m. I look forward to seeing some of you there.
Thank you, Dean. We really appreciate your outreach and your availability.
Absolutely.
Darius, I see your hand as well. Do you have an announcement, Darius?
Yes, it was mentioned a little bit before by yourself. I just wanted to encourage everyone to continue to participate in the Black History Month events that we have for the rest of February. We're excited about everything that's going on. Tonight, we have a great presentation and program with Amanda Spears. And I wanted to highlight that because, during this time where we have been at home, where we've had restrictions, there's been problems and issues, concerns. We need the opportunity to laugh and to feel good. So tonight's program will hopefully help you be able to do that. But I just want to say thank you, Dr. Zelezny, for your leadership. And then also, as you mentioned, Tamir Anthony has been phenomenal with regards to our programming that we've been doing. And it's been a collaborative effort across many departments for the university. And I'm glad that we have the type of connection to where we can be confident to support each other. And so students, I want to encourage you to participate in those events. And I'm sure you will see something that will encourage your spirits. Thank you.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Darius. So many people to thank. And we thank you for, again, engaging us in the spirit of laughter. We have some other announcements. I'd like to go to Aaron Wan. Aaron.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. It's nice to see everyone's faces and how we're so united, even as a student and as a staff. You still get that family vibe, and I just love that with CSUB. So for those who don't know me, my name is Aaron Wan, and I serve as CSUB's annual Giving and Stewardship Coordinator with University Advancement. I just wanted to take this time to thank you all for your hard work and the support that you provide for our students here at CSUB. In these months, we have launched a faculty and staff initiative, and on March 3rd at 9 a.m., we will be hosting our first virtual faculty and staff initiative. This event will provide an opportunity for you to listen to how our supports impact our students. There will be music as well. I'll be playing music, so, get that music going. A trivia game as well, and some prizes that you can win. I look forward to seeing you all at this event, and I just posted the link to the registration. You should have received an email with the faculty and staff social. Additional note, the President's Associate is also hosting their research series virtually, and that's happening on March 3rd as well, from 6 to 7 p.m. And I can post that, the registration link for that one as well. Besides that, I hope you have an amazing day. And if you have questions, just let me know.
Hey, thank you so much, Aaron. Appreciate all that you're leading at this time on behalf of CSUB. We do have another question from Jordan, and then Katrina, Director of CC. We're going to go back to you and then to Chad for a couple of announcements. Jordan, please unmute and ask your question about the vaccine.
Hi again, everyone. Sorry I didn't ask earlier, but I know this is a big topic that's being brought up, and I just wanted to get it cleared up within my mind. Will the COVID-19 vaccine be a requirement for students and staff and faculty to attend classes on campus, or just to return back to work whenever the CSUB campus starts opening up?
So, Jordan, as of today, we are being told that the vaccine is voluntary. Now, as I mentioned in my opening updates, we're going to be getting some guidance from Governor Newsom. That's where that decision and guidance would come from, would be from the governor. I'm not expecting to hear a requirement, and we're not hearing it through the chancellor's office. So as of today, the answer is the vaccine is voluntary for students, faculty, and staff. Hope that helps. So now let's go to announcements from Katrina Gilmore.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I wanted to promote the upcoming virtual Spring Career Expo on Thursday, March 4th from 11 to 3 p.m. Definitely, this is a shout out to juniors and seniors looking for internship and career opportunities. We have over 26 employers that are looking for specifically for CSUB students and alumni. So if you're interested in registering, I will put the Handshake website in there for you to click on and go to the event section. So that's Thursday, March 4th from 11 to 3. Definitely want to get out if you're looking for career and internship opportunities. I want to make that shout out.
Super, super important. And we thank you so much for your leadership. Those internship opportunities are really vital in making sure that after your degree, you have that experience and you have those network connections. So thank you, Director Gilmore. We really appreciate that. Chad Morris from Financial Aid, love to hear your announcement.
Hi, everybody. I just wanted to announce this is also Financial Aid Awareness Month. And the priority filing deadline for the FAFSA application and the California DREAM Act is March 2nd, which is coming right up. So to help students, we are offering virtual workshops with one-on-one assistance with our counselors. We've already had 3 of them, and we have 2 left, one coming up on February 26th and one coming up on March 1st. So for students, if you haven't yet, definitely complete those applications. And if you need help, come and see us. By getting it done by that priority deadline, you have the greatest chances of getting some of our limited grant funds. And I'll post the link for that on there as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Chad. That's very value added. Much appreciated. I didn't know it was Financial Aid Month. So thanks so much. I really appreciate that announcement. That really does help our students. I want to also thank Jorge Villatora for putting in the link for our Black History Month programming. So thank you, Jorge, much appreciated. Students, don't miss out. The programming this year has just been outstanding. Take advantage and stay engaged. I'd like to also go to Jennifer Self, who's promoting many things for alumni. Jennifer, would you like to come off mute and share a few of the things you're excited about with our alumni homecoming?
Thank you, President Zelezny. Yes, we are so excited at homecoming week coming up, but also this Saturday, for the first time ever, our Alumni Hall of Fame will be on television, so everyone can watch it, and it will be also on the internet. As we all know, this has not been an optimal time for live events, but what we have discovered is that our, CSUB alumni who are scattered near and far all over the globe, they are able to share in our joy and our celebration at events like this. And so this weekend, we are honoring the very best graduates in our 50-year history. We have 56,000 plus alumni who have graduated from the institution, and these are 5 of our best. And it's Dr. Mary Barlow, who's the superintendent of schools. It's Raji Brar, who is an alum who is just a dynamo and a humanitarian, and John Means, who is over at BC. If our transfer students from BC, if that name means anything to you, he's just done a wonderful job. And, we have Jeremy Gunn, who used to be a CSUB soccer player and soccer coach. These are just extraordinary alumni who really, really give CSUB a wonderful name. And so for our students on the call, I would say, if you are able to tune in this Saturday, there's nothing more heartwarming and inspirational than to see the stories of our alumni and how far they have come and how far they've gone and what they still do for their community. So I would encourage you to tune in 7 p.m. Saturday night, KGET, or watch on the internet at the KGET app or on the CSUB Facebook page.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. I'm so looking forward to it. And these are just extraordinary folks. So come join in the spirit of homecoming and also be proud of those folks that are in our CSUB family, and we celebrate them. I see, Vincent, you have an announcement. We'd love to hear what it is.
Go ahead and come off. There you go. Good.
Okay. Thank you, President Zelezny. We do have, currently we are accepting applications for student research competition. And the application period is still open till the 26th of this month. And the actual competition will be next month and in March. It's going to be virtual, of course, and it's going to take place between March 9th and 26th. So, but for you to be able to participate in the competition, you need to put in your application by the 26th of this month. So, and it's open to all students, not just those that are in the SRC program.
Thank you so much. That is a really important deadline. If there's a link that you would like to share in the chat, Vincent, for our students, please do so. If not, they will reach out to you. Thank you again.
Thank you.
I'd like to also go to our Antelope Valley campus to Jeanette. There's a special meet and greet with the new interim dean. Jeanette, please.
Good afternoon. The CSUB AV Slack Club will be inviting everyone to meet our interim Antelope Valley Dean next Wednesday, 11 o'clock. That's the 24th of February. It's a chance to hear her plans for the Antelope Valley and ask questions. And we look forward to the students getting to know our new Antelope Valley interim dean.
Thanks so much, Jeanette. That's going to be a really important one. I really, really appreciate having that on the calendar. And thanks for the opportunity. I see Emily, thank you very much for putting in all of the things going on for homecoming, and thanks for the link on that. Students, this is still your time. Please, if you have any questions, I see you, Chechi. And as always, she has a nice detailed question.
Okay. Just
Hello. It was more of an announcement. A fellow student leader and I had the opportunity to coordinate a medical school panel for pre-medical students out there at CSUB. So we sent out the information to different departments on campus, but I thought this would be a great opportunity to let any pre-med students on here to know that this event is happening this Friday at 5 p.m. And I did include the link to RSVP to be sent the Zoom information. So that was the announcement.
That is awesome. Thank you, Uchechi, for your leadership on that. So for all students thinking about medical school, take advantage of this. And also, if you haven't met Uchechi, you definitely need to. She is a leader on campus that you'll want to know and to, again, hear about all the things that she has as goals from her CSUB degree. Thank you, Uchechi.
No problem. Thank you.
President, I have two direct messages, so I'm going to ask Tamar to come off mute.
Hey, Dr. Zelezny, I wanted to say thank you. I couldn't unmute myself to say thank you for the credit for the BHM programming. I can't take it all. I have to piggyback off what Darius said. Emily Callahan was so helpful, amazing collaborations. Sandra Bozarth, Kristen Gallant, and Darius, of course. And then the BFSA members, those ideas came from the actual members and working well together in some of their events that they're also creating. And then I have to give kudos to Jorge. He created an awesome website for us, and he did not complain about anything that we threw at him. He was amazing. So I just needed to be clear on that. We had a lot of great collaboration.
Very humble leader. Thank you, Tamara. We are great collaborators here, and I am so impressed again by all of the great work, and all of us are benefiting from such great programming. Thank you, Tamar. And thank you to Vincent for putting in that link for the student research. Students, take advantage of that opportunity. That's a great thing to have on your resume. And Christina, thank you for the messaging on International Women's Day. Would you like to come off mute and share about that?
Yes, I would. Thank you, President Zelezny. So we are hosting a virtual event this year. We are making do with the circumstances. So we have 30-minute sessions. If you are interested or anybody on the call is interested in attending, we are asking that you sign up because we have a limited space. But we are doing some yoga sessions. We're doing some art sessions, different meditations, things that might help during this time. And as Darius mentioned, just having some fun moments with our colleagues and students. So if you are interested or anybody on the call is interested, please click on the link there. It'll give you the information to sign up.
Thank you so much. And I also note that I know ASI and Office of Equity and Inclusion and Claudia Katoda, if you would like to come off mute and promote the Monday community conversation. I know students would be very interested in building bridges, which is going to be presented by folks from athletics. Claudia, if you're here.
I do not see Claudia, President.
Well, then I did see our athletic director, Dr. Ziggy, if you would like to talk about this opportunity.
Yeah, thanks, Dr. Zelezny. So we've actually talked about this a few months ago about the want from athletics to be a part of one of the community conversations. And the one that we are participating in on Monday, we have a great facilitator in Marcus Brown. We also have Dr. Wallace, Coach Barnes, Vanessa Austin, myself, and Stan Johnson, who is a leader nationally when it comes to diversity, equity, and inclusion. So we have a lot of great things to talk about, and the goal is just to talk about how we bridge that gap, not only on campus, but also ultimately in our community. So we're looking forward to it, and we have some great people that are going to be on there. I don't know if did I leave off Coach Barnes?
Can't leave off Coach Barnes, but you could say his name 4 times and we're all going to get excited. So Folks, don't miss this community conversation. This has been ongoing. We really are appreciative to our sponsors, ASI, and to the Office of Equity and Inclusion. And thank you to all of the leaders that are joining for that important conversation. I really look forward to it. Thank you, Dr. Ziggy, much appreciated. And there's a link that Jorge has put into the chat for those of you interested in that. And let's see, students, this is still your time. I'd like to, again, make sure that you're connecting with us on questions, issues you need some thoughts on, some resolution.
President, Dr. Vega has an announcement.
Oh, please, Dr. Vega, thank you.
Hi, everyone. I want to hope everyone is having a good day. I want to piggyback on what my colleague in community engagement said, as well as the Office of Research and Grants related to research. That being a student here, especially for our transfer students, there are opportunities to be involved in research, to do internships, and that will enhance your education tremendously. I'm going to put in the link one student who worked with me last year and published a paper as an undergraduate. He's now applying to graduate school, and I hope he'll have a good chance to get in. I also want to do another one for the Graduate Student Center, where I'm serving as interim director here. And you will see on page 9 of this second document, students from biology, from engineering, from psychology, who are working with professors. The nice thing about CSUB is that we're still a small campus, and we professors are eager to work with you. So please do take advantage to join us, and for you to gain the experience for graduate school and for to push you forward in your future. So thank you.
Dr. Vega, you are awesome. Thank you so much. This is such a great opportunity, students. Don't pass up the opportunity to work one-on-one with our outstanding faculty members. And Dr. Vega, thank you for leading and coordinating these experiences for our students. So much appreciated. Well, folks, let's give one more minute. Let's see, there's a question from Ava. Would you like to come off mute and ask about fundraising?
Please come off mute.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. So as some of you guys know, I'm a huge supporter for our clubs and organizations on campus. And anytime that there was a food sale on campus, I would do my best either to support or promote the event in my office, at least, and in my area. And if there are any clubs and organizations out there that are doing something similar, like a Chipotle fundraiser, or possibly like was it Trader Joe's, Tahoe Joe's, the Joe's fundraiser, we would definitely love to support that. So if you guys can share that information, that'd be great.
Well, thank you. And could you put a link, Ava, in the chat for students that might be interested in reaching out to you?
Thanks. I'll go ahead and include my email so I can share it with my area for sure.
Thank you very, very much. Appreciate that connection. All right. Any other announcements or student questions? And then I'll give one more minute for students, and then we'll open it up to any other questions from faculty, staff. Good announcements today, very rich. And wow, lots going on at CSUB. So stay engaged, and it would be impossible to be bored. So thank you so much for all of the leadership on these amazing opportunities. Well, we've got about 5 minutes, and always want to give an opportunity if there are faculty, staff that have questions. We love that you join us for Runner Walk and Talk. And sorry that we still aren't able to really walk about our beautiful campus, but it's coming. It's coming soon. So anyone who has any questions from the faculty and the staff, this is your time. From Melissa. Melissa, please.
Hi, I'm actually asking as a student, even though I'm also a staff. I wanted to get a little bit more clarification on how hybrid classes would look potentially for the fall. It was my understanding that a portion of the students would be able to be in attendance in the classroom, while at the same time, the rest of the class would be on Zoom. And I guess I was just wondering, are we going to have additional technology in our classrooms to support those two different modalities going on at the same time?
Yes, that's the intent. And Provost, I will turn that question to you, since your faculty team has designed that amazing opportunity. So Provost?
Yes, yes, the faculty are definitely designing those types of experiences. There's two types, we refer to those as flex. And so there's a rotating flex where you have groups of students who will be in the class, let's say on a Monday, and then a group of students that will be in class on a Wednesday, and then a group of class that will be on a Friday. And then there is a standard flex model in which both groups of students stay either face-to-face or virtual for the entire term. So please look for again, going to the class notes. When you're registering for classes, look for that particular information as to how that particular type of class will be designed. And we are, of course, building out all of the technology that's necessary to deliver that seamlessly.
We're very grateful to the federal government for CARES funding, which largely will be used for that technology update for the classroom. So thank you for the good question, Melissa. Other questions while we have about 3 minutes? Any other questions? It's been a good runner walk and talk. Well, let me give you the gift of time, and let me also say that our next runner walk and talk will be on March 16th. It's a Tuesday at 9 a.m. We try to rotate the times of the day so people that want to join us have that ability. So next Runner Walk and Talk, again, a month away, March 16th at 9 a.m. And again, don't forget about that community conversation on Monday, and you'll really enjoy building bridges. Don't miss it. And also, for those of you that are interested in the details of the CARES funding and the budget, please join us on Monday, March 15th at 11 a.m. for our budget forum. I want to thank all of you for, again, making this such a robust conversation today. Students, you make us proud. And as we go into homecoming, I see a lot of cheering on. Proud to be a runner. And know that you're in my heart as we continue to just be together and connect and be resilient as runners. We're going to make it through this. And thank you again for joining us for Runner Walk and Talk today. Have a great rest of the afternoon. Bye, everyone.